Hi, I'm Seppala, and I've got a story to tell you. It all started in 1913, when I got my first team of sled dogs by chance. My buddy, Lindeberg, asked me to train these 10 puppies to pull a sled. I was training them for a Munson and his expedition to the North Pole. I literally fell in love with them from the start. I couldn't wait for sledding snow to start their training. Imagine my surprise when Munson canceled his expedition. No one else wanted the dogs, so they were given to me. I was sold out for these dogs, and they were sold out for me, especially my lead dog, Togo. He's a good boy. In fact, I never stopped their training. In winter, they pulled a sled. In summer, they pulled a cart on wheels. Other mushers gave their dogs the summer off, but their dogs weren't as fit as mine because of that. Other mushers, their dogs could run 30, 31 miles a day. Me, my dogs could go 50 to 100 miles a day. People thought that was crazy. It wasn't crazy. I respect these loyal and perseverant dogs so much. Once in a race, we got lost, and my dog's feet were shredded and their nails broken on the ice. I dropped out of the race feeling ashamed that I had hurt these dogs. Then, in 1925, a horrible case of diphtheria struck my town of Nome, Alaska. It's my hometown, and there I had settled down roots with my wife and my daughter, Sigrid. She was 8 years old and therefore was very vulnerable to diphtheria. Diphtheria is a disease which clogs your nose and mouth with black goo, so you die of suffocation. And I didn't want little Sigrid to die, so there were teams set up, and they all had to go from Nome to Nenana in a relay fashion to get the serum to stop diphtheria and bring it back here. We couldn't use our own because it was way past expiration date. And we couldn't fly the serum because it was pretty much the worst winter ever. So any plane would not make it. I had the most dangerous cart, crossing the Norton Sound. The ice on the Norton Sound was in constant movement because currents would come from the sea into the sound, then come back out. And what's worse, there were different kinds of ice on the Norton Sound. There were long sheets of ice that were polished so smooth you couldn't even walk on them without slipping. And there were big hills of rough ice that made it hard to go across. Well, we had been there before. We'd done it many times. I knew the trail, my dogs knew the trail, and Togo knew it best of all. So I wasn't afraid. We crossed the sound, and then I saw another musher on the road, Henry Ivanov. He was having trouble with his dogs. I would have stopped and helped him, I really would, but I didn't want to delay the serum run. So I kept going. Then he ran after me and started shouting, the serum, I have it here." So naturally, I turned around and got the serum. Then I was off again, across the Norton Sound, but this time it was night, and there was a low pressure system moving in, which made it really hard. Plus, the ice was breaking up. So, I couldn't see if I was going to fall into the water. Then, I went across. I landed at Isaac's Road Point. And there, I rested a while. Only like 6 hours though. We set off again at 2 a.m. We had to plow through a severe blizzard. Wind chill was negative 85 degrees. And to make matters worse, the ice was breaking up while my dogs and I were sleep deprived. So we could easily make a mistake. But we made it. And only 3 hours after we had got across the sand, it was all water. Then we traveled across an 8-mile ridge formation that led to the summit of Little McKinley. After we beat that hurdle, we went to Galvin, and there we stopped and passed on the serum to the next runner. He only had to travel 78 miles to get the serum to Nome. And that's just what he did. He got the serum to Nome with his lead dog, Balto. And you see, Balto arrived there at like 3 a.m. and he got his picture taken. And he was the star of newspapers and the news. Lazy reporters, if you ask me. There were 20 teams in all. 19 teams managed 31 miles, 30. My team managed 264. And sure, while everyone else might think Balto is the great hero of the serum run, over here in Alaska, we all know who the real hero is. His name is Togo.